Yo, what up, YouTube It's your boy Daddy Easy here, iPod jailbreak hacker, otherwise known as Only Use Me Tomahawks. Some of you guys may know me as Easy, like I always say, to the black to the blue on my avatar on my YouTube channel. Yeah, buddy. So as you can see right here, we are playing Firewall 0 Hour, and the game is a lot of fun. So basically, it's a co-op and single player game. Basically what it is using an aim controller. The games is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. One thing I do like about it is more tactical. Now for me, because I have actual training in this, not when I mean by training, I don't mean by training in the video game, but actual real life training with the work that I used to do professionally wise of my career. It was funny because a lot of the calls, like, you had a lot of dudes sitting up there trying to give hyphen in the air, trying to be like they're in the army and shit like that. And when you give army calls and shit like that, and you thinking that, you give them some codes and stuff like that, I had dudes like, what? I'd be like, watch your 12, I'm covering your 6. Like right here, I'm coming through right here. Right, he walked too fast. I told him, don't just rush, cover each area. You gotta play this tactically. He just rushed it instead of watching each area. Told him to cover the doors. Instead of him covering the doors, he let one door open as he walked towards that door, and what wound up happening is he got gunned down and killed. Real world scenario. You always cover your exits, you cover your entrances and stuff like that. Right here, I get the kills, I get the win right here. I reload right here, and I come back, take this dude out right there. That was the end of the contract right there, and we won. Also, another gameplay, very fun. I'm gonna talk about some of the glitches, some of the problems that you might run into the game. I'm just talking about a lot of the positive to the game like this. But as we was playing the game, I started calling out. It's like, yo, watch your 6, watch your 12. I'm covering your 6. Deploy, cover. Make sure you go. But I'm telling these things. I'm basically telling them what to do. And one of the games that we actually got in, I think it's this team right here. I'm not sure if it's this team or another team. Let me see. I think it was this team right here. I'm not completely sure. But I do think it was this team right here or the next team that I played with. But we had a lot of fun. Basically, they followed me and the way how I played it, of how I was doing it, because they seen the way how I was playing it. And I basically told them, like, you cover your corners, cover your ups. You always have, since this is a 4-man player, 4v4, more like Rainbow Six Siege, as you can see right here as I'm doing on the screen. I'm picking a lot of this stuff onto the screen and stuff like that. Basically, you need to cover your entrances, you need to cover your outros, your exits, your entrances. You need to also place your mines. You need to cover everything when you go inside these buildings. It's basically a tactical thing. A lot of these people come inside this game and don't realize that if you don't cover your entrance, you don't cover your exits, you don't cover your surroundings, you don't cover your 12 and your 6, you're going to have somebody that's always going to sneak up, especially when it comes towards coming inside these doors. As you can see right now, we're defending. I told one guy to actually stay inside. He actually left. I had to place some mines around. I can't cover everybody. I put the volume down a little, but what I'm going to do is on some of the parts, you can actually tell them cover them. You actually see me. I'm going to cover his. As you can see, I'm placing the mine right here, a proximity on mine right there, and I'm covering each door right here as we go by. The game has a lot of glitching parts on it. They need to fix it. As you can see right here, I'm hugging the wall right here. I'm leaning to the sides. I'm going from left to right. This dude decided he wanted to walk forward. As you can see, I'm using the wall to cover myself. Right now, I'm calling out calls. Right now, I'm like, you're 12, you're 1, you're 11, you're 3, you're 9, like that. Basically, I'm telling them from my perspective. So if I see somebody firing, I'll be like, okay, this is my 11. From my 11, that's actually their actually, if it's my 10, it's their 11, depending on where they at. So this dude right here, which is really my 11, which is my 10, that would be his 11 where he was sitting at. So I'm calling around out like that, and they not understanding the calls and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm covering your 6. He walks out in front instead of playing it, crouching and stuff like that, walking up like that. As you can see, I'm hugging these sides a lot. And you probably like, why are you hugging the walls? Games like this, tactical, real life scenario stuff like this, You want to always hug a wall. You always want to be more tactical. Right here, I'm covering myself. He dies out before I get a chance to get to him. When I realize he dies, I go back and try to get to a cover point so I can get back in, you know. Then the computer, actually the game right here glitches and say that they're actually coming to this area. So I'm actually coming back into the room like that, and I tell my man I'm going to my room, and come to find out nobody was inside this room at all. And I kind of like, what happened. So I go back out, and now I gotta sit up here and try to cover it. This is what kind of messed me up. I would have won this game right here. As you can see, I'm calling out. I'm like, this is your 1, which is his 12. As you can see, I'm getting the most kills right here. I would have been able to take this dude out, but the aiming on this thing is so bad. For some reason, the camera doesn't pick everything up, and when you're ADSing, your gun actually pop off the screen. Sometimes it's hard to line down the sights. It has bad tracking with it. The best way to do, like a lot of us been doing right now, is just get a battery pack, because it seems like as soon as your controller starts to die, your tracking starts to deteriorating, and it's hard to track on it very bad, and it's a bad problem with it because the tracking gets off, and it's basically done with the aim controller. Once the aim controller starts to die and stuff like that, the tracking becomes very hard to track everything like that, and that's something you have to pay attention to on towards the game like this. But it's a good tactical thing. I just wish they implemented to being able to use the move controllers, because I do have my sharpshooter gun that I still use when I play Arizona Sunshine, and I do like using that. I want to be able to use my move controllers to be able to use my pistols and be able to holster it and be like that and pull it out, put it out, and actually use the move controller as a hand accessory instead of actually have to be locked down into that aim, the aim controller. I want to be able to move around more freely and stuff like that, and just do more objectives a little bit better than what it is right now. Gunplay is okay. Gunplay could be a little bit better. As I was playing the game, I did tell some of the guys that I was playing the games that if you going inside buildings, make sure you run with shotguns and SMGs. Don't go for long barrels, assault rifles, especially if it's 2-round burst, 3-round burst. If you running with a gun that's 2-round burst, you're gonna have some problems. Right here in this game right here, they started following me. I did it more tactical, as you can see right now. Like that, because I started explaining to them how I actually got my training done. You see exactly how I don't rush it. I basically peek around corners, and I'm basically turning my head left to right all the time, clearing my vision, stuff like that. You see I do a lot of kneeling, I'm peeking around corners. I'm not engaging towards anything very much. I'm just looking to see where everybody is, check my surroundings. I run to the next location. I'm telling the guy to basically move to the next location. He doesn't go in front of me, so this guy runs over, so I gotta try to cover him. While I'm doing this, I'm peeking around corners. I have another guy that's actually behind me now. He's covering his 6 right now. My teammate, I don't know where he is. There he is. So I'm covering him. I crouch down behind this right here. They're all trying to go over there. I'm telling them where to go at, and I plant the location right here, which I actually pressed the wrong button. We covered that. Now we go into this right here. Now everybody starts following me. Now what we're doing is right now we're breaching. We're gonna go in. So we're going in. I'm telling everybody pick in. We're looking right now. I'm covering me. I'm telling him, okay, we're gonna breach it. So as soon as we get ready to go in, we're gonna walk in a few seconds. And as soon as he says, "Let's go," following you, I go in. We're starting the breach. I move over to the location. He's looking. I'm following him. We look in. We find another dude. We start taking this guy out right here. Boom, take him out. I reload my gun, and I finish him off so his teammate can't help him up. As you can see, I'm having problems trying to track my gun into the game because we get a lot of traction problems on this. So now what I'm doing is right now is I'm covering his 6 while he's moving. He's moving too fast. He's rushing the game instead of being more tactical with it. So I gotta keep up on his pace, and that's what's, in the long run, it's gonna wind up being his downfall at the end of the game, because he's rushing instead of playing tactical and sticking to cover like that. As you can see, I'm looking around. I'm paying attention to the locations. He's opening the door. While he opens, I'm gonna cover him. As you can see, I walk backwards. I'm covering, see who's around. I close this door behind me. Now I'm covering him. He's walking behind. He's moving too fastly, which he's supposed to be waiting while I cover him. And this is when he gets into a gunfight coming up right about now. He's going to get into a gunfight right now because he walked too fast instead of taking things slower, because you're going to have dudes that's waiting to pick you off. I'm calling it out right now. As you can see, I'm basically I'm in cover. It's making it hard for them to actually fire against me and shoot at me. I'm running with an SMG that's not for long range. I ran with the short range gun because the simple fact is we're breaching. This is not an outdoor fight, so I ran more with this so I could be able to cover it more, effectively. So as you can see, I'm using this cover for my advantage. There's two of them, and my teammates is not actually helping me. They're not telling us exactly where nobody is at. He's still engaging, basically standing up. He's not taking cover, which he should be taking a lot of cover, like moving left or right like that. And as you can see what's happening on the screen right now. But it is a fun game. They just need to come up with some patches to fix it. Right here, he tried to rush it, and because he didn't rush, now I'm trying to sit up there and try to get him, but I'm not going to engage it, so I have to let him just die it down. At the part of this game, I was telling him to check his ammo count to make sure that he had enough ammo. He didn't verify how much ammo he had. Any combat situation and you're in a large fight, always check your ammo, always check how much you have in your magazine, know your guns like that. It even came to the points when I was playing this, I kept verifying my gun, like you kept seeing me looking at my gun like that, because just instances just made me feel like that I had to verify. As you can see on the screen, I just keep looking at the side of my gun on the right hand side because I was trying to make sure there was no malfunctions with it. That's just something that happens in general when you actually fire weapons. Just a lot of stuff you look at. Basically what I'm doing is I just keep switching my gun over while I'm trying to engage like this, because I'm just trying to make sure everything's good. As you can see on the wrist on the game, there is a map on here that you can see everything, but I'm not paying attention to it because I'm basically trying to engage. Only thing I don't like about this game is that I can't physically crouch, and for some reason it doesn't track your body movement, only the aim controller, and you have to actually press circle to crouch. I don't like that because I was actually crouching when I was doing it. I was actually on my knees trying to get cover, and I realized that it's not tracking my movements. It wasn't tracking me leaning for it. It only tracked when I, like if I move my head left or right to like do a little peek to the left and right, that's the only time it really tracked me and stuff like that. But other than that, guys, this is my gameplay. Check it out. I'm gonna do a live stream later. It's your boy Daddy Easy here. I call Jailbreak Hacker. Only some time out. Remember, live it, love it, game it. Peace and juices, and I'll catch you guys later. Holla.